register of companies records, they found the files missing. The reason why I'm making this statement is because we are more than convinced that nothing is going to come out of the so-called investigations going on currently. If anything else, those investigations are just meant to cover up. That's the reason why Kenyans are being made to believe, oh, the Ministry of Health has been invaded by investigators from EACC, don't know, the CID and so on. All they are looking for are evidence so that they can hide them. The Minister for Health has just been making a statement now, talking about the internal audit that is saying is incomplete, that the people who are mentioned are being given a chance to respond. Then the internal audit is an audit. He could not have mentioned those names if he had not investigated those people and gave them a chance. It's a report. It's a report. It's done internally. What now remains just for the Auditor General to come and take that report and finalize it. So it is an audit report. The government is telling you that now they have gone back to Kenyatta National Hospital, people are being investigated. That is all rubbish. That report is a complete report. It's only an internal audit report, meaning that the auditor must have gone and tried to find out where the equipment are. They never found them. They are not there. They have not been supplied. And that's why it is a report. So you're just going to be taken around circles. We are still investigating this. We're still investigating this, and so on. I gave the president a free advice last week. Follow the route of Mr. Magufuli. People are in jail in Tanzania. Mr. Kagame took his own brother to jail. And we would go to visit him on the weekends in jail. Say, yes, but you wrong the country, and this is where you belong. That's when you will be able to rein in this animal called corruption. But if other people are untouchable, then the so-called war against corruption is all rubbish. If it is right into the presidency itself, I mentioned those companies, go and investigate. Who else in the presidency?
Sam Kitiko from Citizen TV, you who attributed this count to the presidency, what should he do now?
He knows exactly what he should do. I've even told you what Magufuli had done and what Kagame did and what Buhari is doing in Nigeria. So the rest is actually up to him. I'm giving him a free advice as a friend and as a brother.
When the NYS scandal began, you on record having said that the president is held captive by powerful forces, by cartels. And so far nothing seems to be moving. Are you still in the same position that there are cartels that is still captive of them? And secondly, after they dressed down to the Auditor General State House, there are reports that the Auditor General is being targeted. Do you think this is by design that now there are efforts to remove the Auditor General? Because over the weekend you pronounced yourself on the same matter. Maybe if you could just tell us more on that.
Yeah, it talked of cartels. You look at what is happening with regard to NYS, you find that the actual culprits are state witnesses. The people who are the innocent are the ones who are on the dock, who are accused. So it's basically all cover-up. You're not addressing the issue. And that's why I say that there's a cartel which is holding them hostage. That is the only logical conclusion that you can draw from the way the government is unwilling to deal directly with the actual culprits, those who are responsible for those scandals. With regard to Auditor General, of course, the EACC later on denied that they had any case against it. But you ask yourself, where did that statement come from? The statement came out that the Auditor General was going to be charged because of some procurement irregularities in his department, which they've been talking about. Soon after, he was given a dressing down by the president at State House. We asked ourselves, why? Because the Auditor General had wanted to travel to the US to go and investigate the Eurobond affair with the Federal Reserve Bank. That may have something to do with it. So we really are not the ones who caused it. The statement came from the government, and therefore it is really their babies, not ours.
Last week we saw my name is Chamtai going from K24. Last week we saw State House hold a summit on governance and corruption, and we saw several institutions, the investigating bodies holding, trading blame of corruption and just the fact that they have not done proper investigation. Do you think there is commitment to fighting corruption, not just within the national government, but even in the counties?
That is what I addressed last week here in my press statement. And I said it was like a merry-go-round. We are investigating, but when we hand over to the Director of Public Prosecutions, he does not prosecute. We have so many people who are in court, and the courts are not doing their work. And the courts again saying the cases are coming with very short investigations. You don't have sufficient evidence to convict. So it was like a merry-go-round, meaning that these are people who just went there for a public relations exercise. You ask yourself, why was that meeting held in the first place? If there was a seriousness in engaging the nation on matters of corruption, you don't take it to State House. It is a restricted area. A State House is the president's residence. So to go in there, you have to be checked, cleared by security before you can even walk in. You walk in there, you are not equals talking to the president. You are within his compound, like doing a meeting in a prison. If you want to engage people in open discussions on corruption, go to KICC. That's what we used to do with Kibaki. Remember, we used to hold meetings in the KICC where members of the public have equal access and open access and engage people. Then they begin to blame individuals like John Gidongo and David Ndii that why are they not here? They were invited. If you want to talk to them, these are individuals, private individuals who want to give you free advice. Meet them outside the State House. There is office of the president. That's where matters of government are supposed to be transacted. State House is only available for state functions, officially. State functions only. And because the president has two capacities, head of government and head of state. As a head of government, he should be working in office of the president. As a head of state, receiving ambassadors, swearing people in, and so on, he should do in State House. But you don't take a meeting to do with governance and hold it in State House. You should come out, do it either in the office of the president or in the United International Conference Center, where public can come and talk about corruption. So that was basically a PR exercise. The media is brought in there. They will control what is being aired. If sometimes you say certain things which they don't want, they can cut it off, and so on and so forth. So we want to engage. but engage more constructively and in an atmosphere which is open.
All right, a developing story there, and Code Leader Raila Odinga, of course, taking on the government yet again, this time round in regards to the 5 billion